Yo, what does it mean to be a man? Or what does it mean to be masculine or to be a healthy masculine man? Many of us spend our entire lives trying to find out how to be this idealized man, and I think sometimes because we don't have many examples in front of us, we struggle. And every year we try to figure it out more and more, and to be honest, we're all still figuring it out. What does it mean to be a man? Masculinity is defined as qualities or attributes typically characteristic of men. Can be stereotypical, right? We think about things like aggression, dominance, strength, dexterity, poise, nobility, stoicism, power, determination, grit, composure, understanding. Men are also seen as providers, protectors, and priests for the people they love and the family around them. But that doesn't answer the question of what it means to be a man, because being a man is so varied. And in particular, what should a black man be? And what I see in our community a lot is we fall victim to this trap of trying to be cool. We have this deeply ingrained desire to be cool, to look cool in front of other people, to be cool in front of the women. What does that even mean? Because oftentimes I think in our communities, what we deem as cool is severely skewed because we've never had the example in front of us. So how do we know what characteristics or what kinds of men we should uplift and cherish and admire and emulate and follow? And to be honest, men and people in general are so flawed and varied and imperfect and complex that whatever we decide is cool or corny, I don't even think we can rely on that, nor is it even impossible to trust because our judgment is skewed. Who says what's cool and who says what's corny? I think one of the most prevalent examples in our community in the past 5 years or so has been this Future versus Russell Wilson debate. I can't believe there's even a debate. There shouldn't be a debate between two successful black men, yet here we are time and time again. So recently, Channing Crowder off the Pivot podcast, one of my favorite podcasts out right now, a former NFL linebacker, he had this take about how Russell Wilson's a corny guy, he's a square, he said, right? And how Future's more the bad boy type, and how Ciara wouldn't be with Russell Wilson if he didn't have money, or if she didn't get ran through by Future first in the Bad Boys.
Yeah, if Russ ain't had that bread, Ciara ain't gonna be with him. Russell square. Russell square. Russell square. Ciara had she has a good situation, but everybody has a time. You gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson? He's so goddamn square, and I love him on the field. He's a square.
Now I have to disagree with Channing's statement. I understand where he's coming from. In the red pill space, in the manosphere as they call it, there's this idea that certain kinds of women aren't worthy of a man like a Russell Wilson. And that for a man like Russell Wilson, for him to accomplish what he has and to be where he is, him entertaining any woman like Ciara or something in that lane is seen as being a beta male, being a simp, being soft, not loving himself, having low self-esteem. I get where that ideology comes from. But this video is not about no Ciara, no Russell Wilson's relationship. I don't know the inner workings of their relationships. I can't speak on it. This is strictly about how a man is judged as being cool or corny. How is Russell Wilson corny? Somebody explain it to me. So first, let's talk about what's cool. Not the real definition, not cold in temperature, not. What's just a cool guy? You know what I'm saying? You see a guy, yo, he's cool, man. I like that guy, he's cool. And this is by no means a foolproof definition. It's nothing that is gospel you have to follow, but I read this article by Real Men, Real Style, and they kind of split coolness up into two categories. So one, they have cachet coolness. It says cachet coolness is the level of flair in a person's life. People who are thrill seekers, help others, are ambitious and charismatic, have cachet cool. The next type is contrarian coolness. This is your personal level of James Dean or Johnny Cash. You live on the edge, you're mysterious, hard to read, and you don't care about what people think of you. If we're gonna go by these rough definitions, to be completely honest, I think Russell Wilson fits more into the cachet coolness category, and I think Future fits more into the contrarian coolness category, i.e. your quintessential bad boy and good guy. And granted, this video is not about getting anybody's personal life, it's not about their relationships, it's not about their parenthood or childhood or whatever that is. I don't know what's going on the other side. I can only speak on what I know and what I observe. I think both men are cool in different ways. I do. Side note, let's be very clear. Any man in the world that neglects his child that he created is a bum, a lame, and a corny dude. And he's a dweeb, he's a bozo, he's a knucklehead, man. He's a foo-foo, whatever you want to call it, he's corny. Alright? It's not applying to Future, I'm just speaking in general for those of y'all that want to say, oh, well, how you know Future? Yo, I don't know what his relationship is with his children, so I'm not speaking on no other man's family. Period. Alright? So here's what we do know. Future's a famous rapper, bad boy type, you know what I'm saying? Flashy chains, got a bunch of women around him, enjoys the lifestyle, got the cars, got the jewels, got all of that. The music, he talks about it a lot, you know? But is that what makes a man cool? I don't think so. I don't think that you can measure coolness in your sexual conquest. I don't think you can measure coolness in your jewelry or your clothes or your profession. Yeah, it's a dope profession. I make music. It's a beautiful profession. Does that make you cool? Nah. I think it's a lot of lames that make music too. What I think is really cool about Future and something that people don't speak about often is his legacy and how he gives back. So he's actually a very, very big pillar in his community. And he often gives back whenever he can, and he's inspiration to those kids and those families, and he helps out and runs drives and different events. And he actually runs a nonprofit called the Freewishes Foundation, where the mission is to provide educational support, health and wellness, and transitional services to the community to empower them to be self-sufficient and allow their dreams to come alive. Our vision is to provide services globally that will impact change, inspire, motivate, and transform the community's mindset. I think that's cool. I don't know about anything personal. I think that is cool as a man to climb from where he's climbed from, to make it out the mud and to get to where he's gotten to, and be able to then give back and start foundations and inspire and motivate the youth. I think that's extremely cool. As a man observing from afar, I love it, man. Keep on doing your thing. Now, Russell Wilson is somebody that they keep trying to call corny. For whatever reason, they keep calling him corny. I don't know if it's the Mr. Unlimited. I don't know if it's because he's not a hood guy, a tough type of guy, or because he got the little curly hair. I don't know what it is, but nobody can prove to me how he's corny yet. Does he have his little dad jokes? Yeah, cool, all right. But what is Russell Wilson really about, man? So what I see in Russell Wilson is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, one of the most successful in NFL history, a man who loves his family, takes care of his family, and cherishes and honors his family. Extremely great pillar in his community. Looks out for whoever you can, is always giving back. Won, I think, the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, I believe, at one point. Never in the media for scandal. Great role model, you know? Somebody great to look up to, speaks well, is poised and respectful in his interviews. What about that is corny? Do we gotta be hood? We gotta be tough? We gotta be aggressive or whatever to be cool? And it's funny about Russell Wilson too, because oftentimes when you talk about the Chads and the Tyrones, they speak about the athlete, the jock. Russell Wilson been a star quarterback his whole life. The jock, he's been a star. He's an amazing player. So even that alone, that's a cool factor that I don't get why they don't factor that in when you talk about who's cool, who's corny. I just talk about how he speaks, because he can speak well, or because he's not running around with some Amiri baggy jeans on. What? He don't got the Balenciagas on, so he's corny, right? Russell Wilson also has a nonprofit called the Why Not You Foundation. I love this because it says that their mission is, the Why Not You Foundation is a nonprofit dedicated to fighting poverty through education, empowering youth to lead with the Why Not You attitude. Once again, an amazing pillar in his community and giving back to kids that look like him and sound like him. That's cool to me. It's really cool to me. Successful black men. We don't have to put these two at odds. I understand that there's family things going on, and from afar we look at it and we say, oh, Russell Wilson is this and Future is this, but why do we have to butt heads and pit each other against each other? We black men figuring this thing out, man. I'm tired of seeing us competing over arbitrary things that don't even matter. Are all the kids taken care of? Beautiful. Are we giving back? Beautiful. Are we living our dreams? Beautiful. Who cares how it looks? Who cares how it sounds? What do you get from being cool? Somebody tell me. Being cool don't get you anywhere in life. What does it do for you? You gotta go perform. Just like being tough don't get you anywhere. When I was 12, 13, 14, 15, yeah, maybe being tough could have did something for me in the neighborhood. Maybe being cool could have got me a couple more girls or something, right? As a grown man, bro, we about handling business, dog. And both of these men, from what I can observe, from my eye, I can't judge too much. What I can observe on the surface level, they handling business, man. That's cool to me. I want to give 3 reasons for why I think both of these men are cool in different ways. 1, they found a purpose, they found a passion, and they ran with it and accomplished their dreams. So many people will live and never even try to push for a dream, never even try to pursue a purpose or pursue a passion. These men decided they were gonna do it. See, Future used to be with Dungeon Family back in the day, and he used to be known as Meathead, or Meathead the Future, something like that. He was connected, he was plugged in, but he didn't pop. He kept working, man, kept working, kept putting music out, Changed his name to Future. Before you know it, he was up. And now he's up more than ever. He's a legend, he's a star, he's somebody that people look up to like a godfather, like an OG in the game. That's a beautiful thing, that's cool to me. Russell Wilson overcame challenges of being a 3rd round draft pick. Not only that, his height was a big question. Like a lot of people in the draft, a lot of critics and a lot of GMs thought, man, if he was 3 inches taller, he might be the first overall pick, but he's not. Is he too small? Like Drew Brees ended up working out at some point, but everybody ain't Drew Brees. Man kept balling, exceeded all expectations, won a Super Bowl I think in year 2, went to another one in year 3, and has consistently been one of the best quarterbacks in the league since he came in the league. That's cool to me, dog. You got a dream, you fight for it, you hustle for it, you don't let nothing stop you, setbacks can't break you, and you find a way to make it happen? To be at the top of your class? Yeah, that's cool to me. 2, what I spoke on before is the charity work, yo. So many of us, no matter what our situation was growing up, we have different struggles. Some people struggle with the single parent and poverty thing. Other people struggle with having a 2-parent household and some of the stresses and challenges that come with being raised like that. The fact that these 2 black men, let me reiterate, black men that look like you and look like me with this melanin popping in their skin. I mean, black is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. 2 black men spend significant amount of time and money to give back so that kids that look like them and sound like them and maybe are going through some of the same things and look to them like role models and inspiration, those kids can see somebody and believe that it's possible. One of the biggest issues in our community is that when we're young, we're kids, we don't see anybody that is successful or can make it to where we want to make it to that looks like us. And the people who do make it out, they'll never come back and give us nothing or tell us nothing or drop no game on us. So we just out there lost. Yo, being a kid that used to get the charity boxes, right? Used to be at the Red Cross and get the food bank food and have teachers buying gifts and all of that and be poor and be homeless. And now being in a position where I'm on the other side and we give back, we hold food drives, right? I have a scholarship fund with some of my best friends from college. We give out coats and Christmas gifts now. We're sponsoring families for the holidays. We used to be sponsored every year. That's a beautiful feeling. And just the fact that kids can look at you and say, man, he came from where I came from and got there without an example. I have an example now. I'm going further. That's what it's all about, man. And both of these men are doing that in different ways, and to me that is the coolest thing in the world. Building something and leaving a legacy that outlives you. That's cool, and it's never gonna not be. Third, I think, is authenticity. Future, I think, when I look at him from afar, it seems like he struggles to express it sometimes in real life, but his music is to me where he's most vulnerable. He's most cathartic, he's most honest and transparent. And in his music, you often hear a lot of cries for help. You hear about a man who's aware of his imperfections and a man who wants to be better, who struggles at times, who makes a bunch of mistakes, but he's trying to figure it out, right? And we're all flawed. Nobody's perfect. No man in the Bible was perfect, you know? Does he live a lifestyle like a rapper? Yeah. I mean, yeah, the women, the parties, the this, the that, drugs and everything. But the man inside, you do hear somebody who does feel deeply and who hurts and has heartbreak and has traumas to overcome. And I think the ability to even express that on wax and to put songs out that talk about how much he's hurting, that's a beautiful thing. That's cool to me that you feel comfortable to do so without fear of judgment. Or maybe he does fear judgment, but he's still comfortable doing so and putting that out and relating to people who are going through similar things. So I think that's super cool. Russell Wilson is so comfortable in his own skin. He doesn't care about y'all saying Mr. Unlimited is corny. He don't care about how y'all feel about his family, his relationship, man. That man is giving back. He's playing ball and he's rich off of it. You know what I'm saying? He can give back whenever he wants. He got a beautiful wife, beautiful family. He's out here living, he's healthy. Just got a new contract, moved out to Denver. Doing big things, gonna fight for another Super Bowl. That's cool. He's not worried about how y'all feel about his personality, if you think he's corny or not, man. You don't have to be hood to be cool. I just wanna wrap this up. Yo, we gotta get out of this mindset of being cool and having that be a goal and understanding that until we change that definition of what cool is, or we understand what it really means, we don't have no right to call nobody corny. Everybody's corny if we gonna look at it in certain ways. Everybody's not gonna agree with you do or what you say or who you are. That's okay. Let me tell you this, it's not cool to be a thug, yo. It's not cool to want to kill people that look just like you. It's not cool to tear down your community. It's not cool to tear down women or other men. It's not cool to be a deadbeat. It's not cool to be proud to be unintelligent and unable to speak in coherent sentences. It's not cool to measure your worth as a man in sexual conquest or encounters with women. It's not cool to look at them like sexual objects and only sexual objects. It's not cool to be concerned with what another man is doing with his lifestyle. I think at the end of the day, what's cool to me about a man, what being a man means to get back to that point, is standing on your own too. You know, building a life, building a legacy that outlives you, something that's inspirational to the people around you, changing the trajectory of your family's past and improving everything, stepping up and handling business, taking accountability, never making excuses, and simply getting the job done. A man gets the job done. That's the kinds of men we should emulate. And the beauty of it is that because we're so complex, we don't have to look at one man and say, this is the perfect, ideal man. There's no perfect, ideal man. We just saw the thing with Will Smith, man. He's supposed to be the perfect man, right? Nobody perfect, man. Not me, not you, not anybody, bro. Nobody's perfect. So find qualities, find traits in anybody, and you'll find some coolness in whoever you look at. Whoever you want to name, man. You can pick and choose ways to make yourself better, to improve yourself by watching and studying and emulating other people. Just find what works for you from each person and apply it to your life and keep bossing up, man. And you keep being the best man you can be and let your legacy speak for itself. Y'all be cool, man. I love you all and Godspeed.